I don't really have an intro for Deadline, so straight to the chase, I guess. Let's reset the gun so I can give you a brief overview, well, not really brief, but on how the build works. Let me give you a little history lesson about my build, kind of. Well, it's more like the real life version. So this is not a G95 build, because the Heckler & Koch G95 is actually different from the G38. You see, the G38 is actually based off of the HK416A5, and in Deadline we actually have the respective receivers and attachments for the HK416A5. However, we don't really have the respective attachments for the HK416A7, which is what the G95 is based off of, the HK416A7. Because the HK416A7 features some things that the HK416A5 doesn't. For an example, the 45-degree safety selector. Anyways, enough of that, let's actually go into the build. Lower receiver, A5. Upper receiver, A5. Bolt carry group, A5. Barrel, A5 11 inches if you're gonna go for CQC. 14.5 inches if you're gonna go for more general purpose. Our gas block, A5. Bolt catch, A5. Magazine release, A5. Fire selector, A5. Charging handle, leave it as it is. Even though I would usually run a Radian, still go with this one because this is meant to be as realistic as possible from what I know. Well, that's not really realistic, but from the information I actually kinda know. Anyways, enough of that. Well, HK416 trigger, A5 enlarged. Now, I want you to guess, which end plate are we gonna use? Are we gonna use the D, C, or the A5? I'll give you maybe a bit to figure it out. If you guessed A5, you are correct. Our castle nut, A5. Now our stock, we're gonna run a slimline, because from what I got from Heckler & Koch, it looks really similar to this. At least the reference image from Heckler & Koch themselves, aka their website store page. Our handguard, we are gonna go with the long QDH key. If you're running an 11 inch, I would say run a short H key. But since I'm running a 14.5 inch, we're gonna go with a long one. Our rear sight, just leave it, I guess. The rear sight, wait, did I make this? Yeah, I did. Anyways, rear sight, just leave it how it is, I guess. So yeah. Let's go to our foregrip actually. Our foregrip, I would typically use a nice BCM Gunfighter Mod 3 Picatinny flipped. And I was definitely not reading off of the goddamn thing. Oh yeah, I forgot our barrel nut. A5. Our optic, typically I would usually run an LPVO on all of my general purpose rifles. So let's go with the EO, that's the mounts, I just realized. Let's go with the EOTech Voodoo 1-6. It says Holotech, but the real life company is EOTech. I did my research, gang, trust. And I would usually have a canted sight to the side because I just prefer to be like that. I would like an aim point T2. That's my preferred red dot. Our front base or front sight, we're gonna go with a pack or a CAC front base. I like the full front base. It looks cool, in my opinion. So yeah, hold on. I'm gonna just align this real quick. Okay, I think that's the closest I'm gonna get without having a stroke. For our laser or tactical devices, We can either go with literally any of these. I'm gonna go with the, you know, this is a little too fat, I would say. Yeah, it's a little too fat. Let's go with the Pec 15. It's a bit more skinnier. So yeah, the L3 Harris Pec 15. 4-hour magazine, and I nearly forgot. The Polymer 30 round Gen 3. 4-hour ammunition. You can run M855, or you could run Winchester M855A1. Well, I don't know. This is not Winchester. Holy, I sold. This is Winchester. I'm actually cooked, gang. Well, M855A1 62 grain SAT. And 4-hour battle grip, or not battle grip, pistol grip. Beaver tail, because beaver tail. Cool looking. 4-hour suppressor, or our muzzle device. I'm gonna go with the QDC 3-prong with this short suppressor. You can go with the long one if you want, but I'm gonna go with the short one. Remove the suppressor cover because it looks cooler. And yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use the long one. And yeah, now we have a G38 ripoff. Yay! Anyways, let's test it out.
Good luck out there.
Tactical reloading, retaining our magazine. Anyways, let's go to the longer range one. My graphics is on 1 because my PC is just really good, guys. Emergency reloading. Anyways,